Take care.
Yeah, you too. See you, lad.
What's the final score?
Read 41-24.
So,
Yeah.
Leipzig.
This is the line.
Kann ich hier machen?
No. See this?
Da wo bin ich.
No. See this practice floor? This is the line to get there.
Ja.
Wir sehen jetzt schon.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
Grüße aus Leipzig. Gavin.
Very welcome to Rugby Club Leipzig for the final home game of the season. Rugby Club Leipzig against St. Pauli. As you can see, Rugby Club Leipzig coming out now after what has been a string of a couple of bad results. Two losses at home on the bounce, but looking to bounce back against St. Pauli. Today is a very important day for the team. As you can see, they're going in for a prayer now before the kickoff. I'm Gavin Ray. I'm joined by my co-commentators, Nugget, who you heard earlier. Say hello, Nugget.
Hello, Nugget.
Yeah. And Tom Cowley, the injured Tom Cowley, with the perfect nose.
yeah, today not playing, unfortunately, but I'm happy to be a guest
Fortunately,
and watch,
for some might say, but
Get another nice job.
and watch our brave Lions take on St. Pauli. Very excited to see this one play out. It's overcast conditions, a little bit of wind. That's going to play its part in the game, I think. But it's... What would my tactic be?
As a backline player, what would you do?
Depends whether you're with the wind or against the wind. Obviously, if you've got the wind behind you, you're gonna, kicking is going to be very important. Territory game, putting them under pressure, keep them in their half, and trying to make them play out from the back. It's going to be a tactic.
thanks.
Forward, Gavin.
As a forward, be strong in defence, fast line speed, put them under pressure. That's my opinion. And just keep them under pressure. Don't let them get at the back line. St. Pauli traditionally have a strong pack, but maybe a weaker set of backs. So as long as you can nullify the forward pack, I think we can keep it under control. As you can see, St. Pauli are joining us now. I'll just go quickly through the team sheet for Leipzig. So starting from 1 to 15, Johannes Schreiber, Dustin Hesse and Mornay Brudrick make up the front row. The second row of Franz Strunk and Vincent Moser. The back row of Lars Vochatz, captain Franz Beck, and number 8 Jan Roolander. The halfbacks, the South African halfbacks once again, Dion Creel, and the stand-in Andre Venter after Tom Cowley and Marcel Deisel are both injured. In the centres we've got Matty Cranwell and our usual hooker who turned centre, Jean de Bruin, and a back three made up of Samir El Souri, JP Jimenez and Friedemann Leder. And on the bench we've got Mahmoud Al-Rabdawi, the powerful and impactful Bob Bell, Georg Fischer, Kristen Santander, Felix Zuller, Basti Kleinbram, and the recently injured Daniel Guerrero. And we're off. Yes. I know. I know all of them personally, Nugget.
Gavin's obviously been practicing that one at home.
I know, yeah.
Very well introduced.
And a kick-off going straight down to fullback Friedemann Leder, who's looking to pass it inside to Andre Venter. Leipzig. The touch judges
Early carry
somewhat
from Andre Venter.
yes.
Straight into contact. Dion's going to look to play this one left. There is space out left if they can get it wide quickly. They don't look organised straight away, do St. Pauli.
Don't act like no one.
But it's been turned over. Now St. Pauli have an opportunity to strike. Kick into the 22. Friedemann's got a lot of ground to cover here. And it's going to roll into the end zone and all the way dead. Which means Leipzig are going to have the ball all the way back from where it was kicked. I've got to do this as well.
Yeah, then I'll do this, because otherwise we're just going to be cutting out some team. Okay. Scrum now to Leipzig. Dion with the put-in. Hopefully Leipzig can exert some dominance early on at scrum time.
What's the score, Tom?
Score is 0-0 for now. Leipzig feed, getting a bit of a shove at the scrum. Hits Matty Cranwell out the back door to Andre Fenter. He's in space. Andre Fenter's straight through. And he won't be caught, and Andre's straight in. And he scores in the corner. Oh no, he doesn't. JP picks. Have they lost it? Oh. Leipzig were in for a sure try and have messed it up.
Yeah, that's a real shame. Great break from Andre.
Absolutely, Tom.
Just didn't manage to capitalise on that. Should have maybe taken it into contact and recycled it better.
Yes, should have passed inside to JP. And a penalty to St. Pauli, a let-off, but an early sign of the dangers the Leipzig backline possess.
4-on-1, you've got to finish that.
Some criticism coming in from a co-commentator, Nugget. I'm sure he will relay that to Andre after the game.
Nugget was actually supposed to do the commentating, but he said he has to go get his washing.
I'm going to go do my washing.
You going to go do that now?
Yeah, Nugget's going
please.
off
Yeah,
to
you
do his
can-
washing, finish his pint.
I have responsibilities.
Yes. And St. Pauli find touch and a good exit. The touch judge, Christian Wojka, former president of Rugby Club Leipzig. A somewhat controversial decision, Tom, but I don't know if we have anyone else. But we know Christian to be a fair man. Do you have an opinion on this? Christian is a touch judge.
Well, he was the previous referee of the first game. Today we had a double header, so we don't like to say second team, but Halle Rovers, Leipzig combined team, played previously, and he was the referee for that, so having him as a touch judge, I think he's more than capable of doing that job.
Yes, and a big congratulations to Halle on their good win in the previous game. As St. Pauli look to kick into the backfield as El Souri chases up. And
That
his
was
catches,
important.
can he avoid contact? Pops inside to Lars Wocherts. Lars Wocherts is through. He's in space. Passes inside, he finds Friedemann. And a knock on from Franz Beck. Good play from Leipzig on the attack.
Advantage was being played, but a knock-on from St. Pauli means they're going to now get the input at the scrum because Leipzig knocked it on first.
Scrum to St. Pauli, Tom. First knock on was from Leipzig.
Exactly. And because St. Pauli knocked it on, the advantage is then over, which means it's now a scrum put in for St. Pauli.
Okay, sorry, love. Okay, can Leipzig get another shove on in the scrum? A team that are really struggling with injuries in a lot of positions, unfortunately, especially our two main 10s missing. Our number one second row, Mark Arnsberger, missing. Sadly, with a bad injury, as far as I know. And a reset at scrum time. And Leipzig gets the shove on. Oh, but St. Pauli coming in with a good push. Referee says use it. St. Pauli chip over the top again. Looks like a tactic they've been working on. And JP doesn't take it. Needs to catch those. JP goes for it on his own. He's in space. And hit hard. Leipzig looking to exit from here. Backwards, there's loose play from Leipzig. They really need to get out of here. They've just lost 5-10 meters. But a let-off. Penalty to Leipzig.
Yeah, that was really fortunate. I know that the structure has been to sort of get it out when you're in 22. One phase maximum, but they didn't look prepared for even that first phase.
No,
It's a
absolutely
bit
not.
worrying signs for the rest of the game.
Yes.
I hope that doesn't continue.
A classic Leipzig feature of overplaying, something we've been guilty of many times.
Could be an aspect of today, considering we have a new 10 in there. Andre's a very experienced player. Hopefully he can manage to organise them, but it will be a challenge for him nonetheless.
Absolutely. But can Leipzig dominate the lineouts? Luckily today we have Lars Vochatz, a very experienced and capable line-out operator, and a good thrower in Dustin Hesse. And Vochatz takes it. Good early signs at the lineouts for Leipzig. Franz Beck carries up, big collision in midfield. St. Pauli not rolling away, but referee says play on. Andre looks to kick. Not a great kick, but no one catches it. Ooh. And a knock on from Leipzig. But no contest, or no one from St. Pauli took it, something which is a basic skill for a backfielder. Lewis! And another scrum. There's 3 or 4 scrums already. Too many handling errors on what is a particularly dry day and a dry pitch. Something both teams won't be happy with.
Yeah, we saw a lot of that in the first game, though. I think the wind obviously has a big part in that. But at this level, you really can't afford to drop so many
Big
balls.
scrum and an advantage to St. Pauli, laying down the marker early at scrum time. And the scrum half picks. No advantage, back for the penalty. One will guess St. Pauli will go down the line. A win today would be a huge win for them. They've beaten Leipzig at least once before. Was it 2 or 3 years ago, Tom, they beat us?
I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think 2 years ago in a very tough, wet, windy game.
I remember we had some issues with our shirts, our tricot.
Big issues. Unfortunately, that day the drivers carrying the shirts were blocked by environmental activists, and we had to play in St. Pauli's secondary shirts.
Yeah, psychologically.
And they also weren't available, unfortunately, because of that.
Yeah, well, we won't be having that issue today, but hopefully we don't have a repeat of the result that we did have then.
Yes, absolutely not. The weather more favorable for Leipzig today. But Leipzig in trouble early on, with St. Pauli a chance to go over the line 5 or so meters out. And it's clean ball for St. Pauli, right off the top. The 10, it's number 7 in midfield, who's smashed by his opposite number, Franz Beck. St. Pauli go wide again. And it's dropped. Frustrating move for St. Pauli, but a let off for Leipzig. Leipzig playing against the wind in this first half, which will make it more difficult to exit. But they have the speed and the pace in the back line if they can get clean ball to really do some damage against St. Pauli. Creel feeds into a steady scrum. Matty Cranwell out the back door again to Andre Fenter, who carries up, who's got great pace, doesn't pass. Is he away? Andre's going for the corner.
Can he make it this time? Yeah, he's
and he doesn't make the
away.
mistake this time. The danger I was just talking about. Andre Fender with the first try of the game. (5-0) with an easy conversion to come.
What's the name? I'll take a picture. You can hide the drink.
We're still avoiding each other. Take a special juice, Tom. Look serious. And now the kick to come from Dion Creel to make it 7.
You'd think a player of his quality, he slots this.
Yes, I'm Irish.
9 times
A
out of 10.
tourist has just come up.
He's been in great form. Top point scorer, actually, in the Northeast Bundesliga. And there goes an extra 2 points to his tally.
Excellent. A good response from Leipzig after being under some pressure early on in the game. They'll be hoping to kick on from there. Can you put it on the... Go to settings and put automatic lock off. Alright. Yeah, but you can change it in the settings if you know how. And now a kick-off from St. Pauli, taken by Franz Strunk. And that's not rolling away, but play on for Leipzig, plus ball to Johannes Schreiber. Leipzig looking to exit here. Dion Creel goes to the sky. Good take from St. Pauli winger. Scrappy ball at ruck time. Lars Vochatz is up quick and hits hard. Be happy with that tackle. St. Pauli spread it wide. And lose some ground in midfield once again. Under pressure in the back line. But there's some space for St. Pauli out wide. And taking up good carrying from St. Pauli once again. Traditionally a team with a strong pack. And scrum half skips the forwards and hits number 10, who's going through the gap. Is he through? And, oh, disaster for St. Pauli. Dropped on before the line, but a let-off for Leipzig.
Advantage
But
to be
now-
playing on.
Yes, where can Leipzig go from here? Jean de Bruin, a real danger man. Leipzig breaking. Space out wide if Leipzig can hit it up. Taken by Jan Rulander. Dion Creel kicks high, but too wide, too far. And returned again by St. Pauli. Taken by Dion Creel, who's looking to play into space. There's a lot of space for Leipzig out wide. Dion Creel almost ran into his own man, Lars Vochatz.
The rest playing advantage there for a high tackle, I believe.
Ah.
And now we've got Mornay at scrum half. You won't see a bigger man playing 9 today.
Unless the giant Bob Bell comes off the bench to make his usual impact.
I actually saw him warming up playing scrum half. I don't know.
Bob?
I think that was just because he couldn't be bothered to run.
Bob or Mornay?
Yeah, no, Bob.
Yeah, it sounds like Bob. Andre looks to space again. He hits
It's a
Matty
good
Cranwell,
offload.
who's
Can he get it back?
through.
Yes.
Oh, lovely hands to Andre Fenter, who's in again. Lovely hands from Matty Cranwell. Second try to Leipzig.
Second try to Andre Fenter.
Yes, absolutely.
He could have had 3 already.
Yeah. Leipzig showing the real danger at the back line. Leipzig, of course, missing the banned Aidan McLeod after his red card in the last week. Last week against BRC, who was given the punishment today of wearing the mascot costume. And even worse, he had to shave off his massive beard after the injury sustained from smashing someone in the head. And the kick sails wide from Dion Creel. Remains 12-0 to Leipzig. But an ideal start for the East German side.
Yeah, let's hope we can keep this pace up throughout the the whole 80 minutes. It's been a wild start. What do you think, Gavin?
Absolutely. And as I can see, I believe St. Pauli have a small bench, unless there are some more around. But it seems they only have 2 or 3 players to come off, maybe 4 players, which might prove a problem for them in the second half. And they can't afford to sustain any injuries. Not well taken by Leipzig. Lars Vokas tried a volley and messed it up completely.
Yeah, stick to rugby, Lars. His footballing skills.
Yes.
Not really
Most
matching
of
that
these
with
players from Germany, obviously very poor footballers, which is why they have ended up playing rugby.
rugby. Unlike yourself, Gavin.
Yes, I had a strong career as a goalkeeper until under 12s. then
Gaelic
quit.
football.
Gaelic football, yes, also until I was 12, and then rugby took over. Some wild shrieking coming from the bench from Bob Bell again. A man normally known to be quiet, but for some reason today he's a bit excited.
Starting to rain slightly here.
Yes, that might make an impact.
Was,
Might make it hard for Leipzig to spread it out the back line. Could play into the hands of St. Pauli.
thunderstorms were scheduled for 6 p.m. We hope it doesn't come to that. Obviously, we would just miss that if it were to be as the weather suggests, but with the rain now starting to come down very lightly.
Could also be a problem for us in the commentating booth, Tom, because we don't actually have a commentating booth.
Well, I don't even have a chair, Gavin.
Yeah, I know. I've said.
I mean, you got the best seats in the house.
I know.
I'm on the
my
dirt
plastic
here.
deck chair, which is worth
Well,
about
back to the game.
€3 at this point.
And, it's a good strike move straight through the middle. Matty, big centre, has managed to carry it up to within 30 meters now.
Jan Rulander takes it up as I put on a jacket to brace the rain. Tom, do you have a jacket?
Of course I don't.
Tom Cowley lacking a jacket thanks to budget cuts to the commentating team.
As an Englishman, I'm expecting rain, but not preparing for it. At the moment, it's okay. That's a penalty to Leipzig, straight in front. These are very kickable points, should they opt to go for it. But it looks like they're going to go to the corner and try the line out.
A good touch finder from Dion in what was not an easy kick, especially going against the wind. Line out with the for Leipzig just inside the 22. They'll be using once again to hit up with their backs, I believe, from here. And thrown too far. Oh, but it's not straight. I would argue that that should have been a play on, because there wasn't any contest from St. Pauli as far as I saw. Tom, do you agree?
Yeah, do you want to elaborate on the rules on that one?
Yes, and the rules there, it's a new change. If it used to be if the throw was crooked, then no matter what, it would be a scrum to the opposite team. But now, if there's no contest from the opposite team, it's a play on from the referee. So trying to keep the game going and minimize the amount of scrums.
And in that case, yeah, I'd have to agree with you. There was no contest from St. Pauli, so the ref could have let that play on. As it is, it's a scrum. St. Pauli have the ball. It's quite a good clearance kick.
Very
good clearance kick.
Brings it up inside the Leipzig half. But a throw into Leipzig once again. Yes, the Leipzig Ultras in the corner have just been pointed out to me from Tom, including the rough dog Chester.
If you can manage to capture that on video at any
beast.
point in the game. Surprisingly, we haven't heard from him.
Yes, I don't think there's any other dogs that have been annoying him.
I promise you,
Won
Chester
by
will make
Lars
an appearance.
Vokats, slightly sloppy, but it comes back on the Leipzig side. Plus ball to Jan Rulander.
Nice quick ball. We can catch him napping here now. The ball is slowed down.
Good defense so far from St. Pauli. Ooh, a big collision. Would look like a hit on the head from St. Pauli, but I think it's just a play-on decision. Advantage to Leipzig. Rulander is caught. Leipzig not going anywhere at the moment. Carried up by Vincent Moser, the Leipzig's increasingly large second rower.
Yeah, he had a good Christmas, I think, Vincent.
Very good Christmas.
But it is we're in May, so I'm not sure.
Yes, the Christmas has lasted a few months at this point.
He celebrates Easter hard as well,
Yeah,
I think.
he seemed to be absent as well for most pre-season, quite interestingly, after his good Christmas.
Yeah, but he is a good player, in fairness. Despite, not coming regularly to training and being not in the fittest of conditions, he's got skills that allow him to be playing today, and we hope he has a big say in
Yes,
the win that we have.
and an excellent player to wind up the opposition as well, which some would say is controversial, but always good in a sport like this. As a throw-in line out after the penalty to Leipzig. Won again by Lars Wochertz. Lineouts so far going quite successfully for Leipzig. Andre hits Matty Cranwell in midfield. And a drop ball from Dustin Hesse. Disappointing for Leipzig.
What do you make of the first 20 minutes, Gavin?
Bit scrappy, Tom. Leipzig looking dangerous when they can get clean ball, but struggling to hold on to it and not making much ground with the forward pack. St. Pauli almost the opposite. When they can use their forward pack, they're making ground, but their backline looking a bit weak. Leipzig, of course, with the few very quick men in the centres and a 10, causing a real problem so far for St. Pauli.
Yeah, it does. Everything's fine, but every time it locks, the time
St. Pauli going to kick into the corner,
This time it's actually left.
which is Will Friedemann later let it roll out, and he does, and it'll be brought straight back for a scrum to Leipzig after what was a poor kick from St. Pauli, taken by the wind. Not an easy day for the backfield players, as they have to deal with the swirling wind, and especially in the first half, the Leipzig back three could be under some pressure with St. Pauli kicking in the backfield. As it is, we have a scrum to Leipzig inside St. Pauli half. Steady scrum now. Creel feeds in, the ball pops out straight away. Finds Andre Fenter in midfield, who takes it up and carried by Jean de Bruyne at the line, but that's good defense from St. Pauli, tackling a very strong South African who scored at least 2 tries in the last game for Leipzig and proved to be very dangerous. They'll be looking to get him into some space today. And it's in at the side from St. Pauli, a penalty to Leipzig. Where will they go from here? You missed the slagging we were doing with Bob.
So, Gavin, that was in at the side?
Yes, it was, Tom.
What's in at the side?
In at the side, you see, Tom, when the ruck is formed, when the man is on the ground, there's basically a gate caused by his body, whatever way his body. If he's lying straight, then it's just the width of his body. And you can only go through that gate. But if you go to the side of that gate, then it's a penalty to the other team. I know you, as backline player, won't understand any of this.
No, I'm happy that you're able to explain that to our viewers.
Yes, I hope I got it right.
Can be a very complicated sport, even to us Amateurs.
I never actually learned the rules, so I don't know.
But no, it's good that you could explain it. I know that you know what you're talking about. So
Sometimes I have my odd moment.
we'll do our best to
genius.
explain anything today. If anything's
If
unclear,
anyone wants to write into the, if
I'll-
anyone at
don't
all
worry.
is watching from away from
I'll
the
keep asking Gavin to let you guys know what's going on in the game.
Yes. Feels like a school quiz. As it is, Leipzig have the ball taken up by Vincent Moser. Andre finds Matty Cranwell, who's
That's a
really
very good carry from
yeah,
Matty.
Absolutely.
Should not have been able to make that many meters.
And the space outside
Oh,
for
great
Leipzig.
hands.
And Johannes
here comes
Schreiber, is
Johannes.
he in? Can the big man get over? Yes, a brilliant try. Beautiful hands from Franz Strunk. A very popular try with the local supporters here. The big man, Johannes Schreiber, known for his extreme strength, also a competitor in the Highland Games, somehow. In Leipzig, I don't know how he does it, but surprisingly, they have it. That's much more like it and much more the way Leipzig will want to play.
I can't remember the last time he scored a try. If I'm honest, could be
may
his
well have
first
been-
try.
It may well have been his first ever try for the club, but we'll have to ask him after the game.
Yeah, we'll have to try and get some more details on that at half time if we can. Sorry if you're hearing any feedback at the moment. Gavin seems to have broken his microphone. We'll just try and repair that. The conversion was good. Was it? The conversion was good.
Apologies, folks, for any technical difficulties and some strange sounds you might have heard.
That's just Gavin being normal.
Yes, lots of technical difficulties in my life. A shout out to my Hallow boys laughing at me over there. If they want to come up for an interview, they're welcome. And Leipzig again struggling from the kickoff. St. Pauli immediately back with the ball. Some loose handling, but it'll come back for a scrum to St. Pauli. What do you think Leipzig can do to deal with the kickoffs better, Tom?
Firstly, get a man jumping up to it.
That would be good. And they have
Having a lift.
one of the lightest forwards in the league in,
Yeah.
in Lars Vokat, so
a
it
very
shouldn't
good
be too
jumper
much
he
of
is
a
as well at
challenge.
the lineouts. He claims anything that's in the air.
If I wasn't commentating, I would be shouting at them to do that.
Yeah, normally you get a lifter up. Obviously attacking the ball. Like, it just doesn't seem to be any ownership.
Yes.
Somebody's got to put their hand up and say that's my ball.
Yeah,
it's
we'll
just
tell Lars after the game.
an
about his
issue that
poor
we've had
ownership.
actually for the last few games
Yes,
on the restarts. Is something we're going to have to work on.
as it is, it's a scrum to St. Pauli, but a big scrum from Leipzig. Oh, but the referee says driving in at the side, I think. And a penalty. I'm not sure about that call, but who knows the scrum time. Do you understand the rules of scrum time, Tom? I struggle.
Never even touched the scrum, mate.
No,
Allergic to him.
I tend to just push and hope for the best.
Yeah, Gavin is he's a forward, but he looks like he's a midget forward, basically, aren't you, Gavin?
Look like a football player.
Looks like he should be in the backs.
Yeah, and this is me big.
He's just surprisingly strong for his size.
Taller than you.
Yeah, he's not strong though.
No. It's as they say, it's about how you use it. It's not about the size.
No comment to that one, Gavin. I mean, we're not
Your
going down that
your
road.
muscles, that is. That's a
Wow,
big
that is a
floating
risky
ball. That
pass.
was Matty Cranwell was away. The referee brings it back for a penalty. the last time.
I think this is a bad idea.
Once again, we'd like to say a big hello to people around the world watching. One a very special listener in Wien, Austria, Alex, what's his name? Richter,
Yep.
who abandoned the club, moved to Austria, but it's fine.
His brother played an exceptional game today
Did he, Tom? That's excellent news.
in the first game.
Yes.
Yeah, Gavin.
One of our few fast wingers left, unfortunately, but you have to have a life outside of the club. And a let off again for Leipzig as it's a crooked throw.
Well, on that note, I want to say a big shout out to my parents. I know they're keen listeners. Hi, Mum. Hi, Dad.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Cowley. I would say that too, but I don't think my parents are listening.
No, but yeah, in all seriousness, we do get a lot of people from all over Europe, especially watching the game. So we do thank you for supporting us.
Yes,
and
very international
tuning in.
team, so their families, many of them will be tuning in.
a shout out to everybody that's tuning in and supports the club. Does help.
Absolutely. Oh, a poor kick from Leipzig, but it might work in their favour. Taken by Cranwell. Oh, Cranwell, can he be away?
He's backed himself
Cranwell's
here.
away. He's surely going to make it. Go on, Matty. He's in. Ah, beautiful. Very fortuitous try for Leipzig, but one Matty will be glad to have seized upon. Yeah. I'd say he's a bit shattered after that run, but he'd be happy enough. Yes, a trick move being called from the sideline, but I don't think so.
That was a secret kick move.
Yeah. Our co-commentator, who doesn't have a microphone, Nugget, is back after doing his washing. So if you...
I was watching you guys live online. I didn't miss a beat. Tommy, here's a jacket for you because it was raining.
If you hear any
Very
Australian
attentive
shouting
listener.
in the background, that will be Nugget.
It's actually stopped raining now. If you want a new weather forecast, it was just a sprinkle. Now we have a
Typical whinging.
overcast.
I've got a present for you. Tommy, you got me.
Thank you very much.
Oh, my, I have to move house now, so I can't deal with that. Did he make the kick? I believe he did. So
Yeah,
that
the
makes
conversion
it
was good.
26-0 to Leipzig. A good first half overall. Fortuitous try there for Matty Cranwell, but he'd be happy with that in what is likely to be his last home game.
I would say that's Hannes's first try for Leipzig, by the way.
Yeah,
Yes.
we were talking about this earlier. Yeah.
Johannes' first try for Leipzig.
Washing had 10 minutes to go to make. It's like, I'm going to miss the game. It's like, wait a minute, I can watch it live online. So I was, thank you lads. I was enjoying it. Sounds like Gavin's in love with Lars.
I am in love with Lars Nugget. A very beautiful man. Looks like Mornay Brudrick won't play any further part in this game.
Making sure I don't. There's a few things I haven't said yet.
Oh, but Tom, stop talking because the huge moment for the Leipzig player is coming. Bob Bell is making an early entrance to the game,
Oh,
coming
he won't
on
be
for
happy with
Mornay
this.
Brudrick. As you can see, the machine is coming on.
Talk so much.
Yeah. Before the game, he was speaking. He said, "Oh, it's all right. I'll only have to play 20 minutes."
Yes,
Unfortunately,
the
that
man with the rough knee
is
and
not
blue
the case.
boots to match the jersey. He looks tired out already after running to the other side of the pitch. Go on, Bob!
You can do it, son!
St. Pauli once again doing it, but Lars Vokats knew it was coming this time and he read it well. Clean ball for Leipzig off the line out, off the kickoff.
it's a lovely
And the-
plus ball.
Yes. Franz Beck and Jan Ruland are linking up well in the first half, doing that quite a few times. Andre finds Jean de Bruyne. He's got Dion on the inside for a try, surely, and Dion is away. Two South Africans linking up. Dion, the league's top point scorer, is in again.
I must have heard me.
And he'll have the chance to convert his own try. An easy kick for a player of his caliber.
Thanks, Dusty! Did you hear? He goes, that's the first clean-up Lars made.
Dion Creel makes a conversion. And that makes it 33-0 to Leipzig. Already racking up a big score in the last few minutes of the half. The immediate impact from Bob Bell being seen as Leipzig score immediately.
Impact substitute there.
Yes.
He's come on and everything's changed.
I don't know if he...
Gravitational pull.
I don't think he's
Gravitational difference.
ran out of the position he's in now since the last try, pretty much.
Do it again, Lars!
Will St. Pauli change up off the kickoff?
Yeah, they've opted to go short the last couple of times. It was working. Lars very cleverly intercepted the last one. It turned into a try, but this time...
They go a bit longer. Taken
to
by
Bobby.
Bob. Look at the power. Oh, look at the power. What a carry from Bob Bell.
Good on, son!
Not a great pass, but taken up by Leipzig, but hit hard with an excellent tackle for St. Pauli. Inside ball to Bob Bell again. That's the impact I was talking about. Leipzig go wide again, trying to punish St. Pauli as they have so far. But a knock on from Jean de Bruyne.
Well, it's not time for Bob.
Yes, we'll see.
Very active minute.
We'll see Bob's impact at the scrum time now.
Well, at least he'll be happy it's going to be half-time soon. He can have a 10-minute
Yeah, he can
break.
go in and have a pint at halftime. Or
I also wanted to mention that the touch charge is part of the Highland Games.
That's very true.
the touch judge in the Highland Games, as well as Johannes.
As well as the hooker Dustin.
Can Leipzig finish the half without conceding and maybe get some points on the board again? Oh, with the big scrum. Look at the impact from Bob Bell. A huge scrum. St. Pauli get it out. Lucky to not concede a penalty there. But there's some space for St. Pauli. Should have used the men on the inside. Oh, but intercepted by Matty Cranwell, luckily. Another let off for Leipzig.
Himself, a bounce pass to himself, wasn't that? This guy's got plenty of skills. What an amazing skill set.
As you can see in the background, Chester the dog making an impact.
He is the official mascot
an exit
of Leipzig
from-
Rugby Club.
Leipzig that doesn't go very far. Tough in the wind.
Yeah, I think this is good to see St. Pauli, putting us into our own 22. We need this sort of pressure to learn from. How we're going to exit our structure. It's all well and
Absolutely.
good scoring 33 points without reply, but this is also part of the game that needs to be looked
Yes.
at and worked on.
Leipzig will definitely pressure. St. Pauli will definitely pressure Leipzig up front. And again, the referee calls not straight. Again, I think he got the call wrong.
Again, I agree with you.
There was no contest from Leipzig. Yeah. There was no contest from
Great moment in sport history.
Leipzig, so that should have been play on. But as it is, it's a let off for Leipzig.
And the sun's out.
Yeah, Nugget, the sun's out. What is it you always say?
Enjoy the beautiful weather.
Enjoy the beautiful weather. And bash, bash, bash. What did you say last week, Nugget? Bash, bash, bash about 20 times. The referee calling a reset. Some complaints there from Bob Bell. He's taken exception to some St. Pauli behaviour.
By my reckoning, there's just a couple of minutes left, and it should be half-time. Well, needed break for St. Pauli, I think, after all of this pressure and
Oh, but a
backtracking.
free kick to St. Pauli. Looks like they'll tap and go from here. Use their big boys to truck it up.
Solid tackle from France back there. Wrapped
That's
him
a
up.
clear penalty to Leipzig or to St. Pauli.
What's that
Good
for,
carry.
Gavin?
Bob Bell looking to contest, but advantage to St. Pauli. Well tackled from Jan Rulander. Scrappy ball, and it'll come back for the penalty. Someone's going to be called in. It looks like this is talking to Leipzig. But will the referee reach into his card book?
Yeah, that's an official warning. Next time, next one's a cheese, as Nugget says.
A cheese.
It's a yellow card, I imagine.
Some foreign
For repeated
Australian
offences.
lingo there. Cheese, referring to a yellow card.
The Kaiser card.
Yes. They call it Keza in these parts normally. St. Pauli going for the tap. Leipzig up quickly. Franz Beck catches him around the ankles. But their big boy carrying up. He's going to be tough to stop from that position. And there's space out wide. They're going to look to it, but it's a poor pass. And that's a wasted opportunity. They're pushed back 10 meters now. And a penalty to Leipzig. Good defense out wide. St. Pauli really struggling to establish any dominance in the back line. And it's halftime. A good first half from Leipzig. We'll join you in the second half in 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, take this 10 minutes to have some nice refreshments, and we'll be back with
Yeah,
you
some
shortly.
nice refreshments. Okay, welcome back to the second half of Leipzig versus St. Pauli in the Rugby Bundesliga, the second last game of the regular season before the playoffs. And a kick-off from St. Pauli, taken up by the wonderful Bob Bell once again, and a penalty. Tom, we talked about the impact of Bob Bell, but you can see he's really making a big one this time.
He's made an impact on your commentating, to be honest.
I know,
You
I have
can't
a-
stop talking about
I
it.
have
It's
to
just-
admit, I have a man crush.
What I said that he likes Lars, he's definitely in love with Paul.
No, but you're not wrong, Gavin. This is the best we've seen, Bob.
Yeah, he's in my top 5 English people of all time. Which probably isn't a great
I'm
list.
not sure where I rank on that one, but
Yeah, you're top 10, Tom.
I'll take that.
Just ahead of Oliver Cromwell. In the meantime, Jan Rulander has carried it up once again. Made quite a few carries. There's some space outside for Leipzig if they can get it at the back. Plus ball to Lars Vochatz.
They decided to go the other way. There was a chance.
A chance on there, but it was spilled by Matty Cranwell, but it went backwards. Good handling from Dustin Hesse there. Vincent carrying strong up.
I have to say, Gavin, I've been very impressed with our plus balls. The structure
Yes,
looks
I
quite
agree.
good.
We often struggled. Oh, what an offload from Lars Vochatz. There's space outside here. Jean has it. Oh, but a good tackle once again. He hasn't been able to make the impact he normally can. Largely thanks to some good St. Pauli defense. Some lovely handling in the start of this half. Hits Samuel Suri. Can he go through? Almost spilled by Jan Rulander. A man whose handling is very hit or miss some games, but generally he's okay. Leipzig making good progress. And
Plus
some
ball
lovely
once
plus balls
again.
again, yes.
Something clearly they've been practicing at training.
Oh, Franz Beck with the... Franz Beck. Oh, what a try from Franz Beck. Absolutely bounced off the St. Pauli defender.
See you later.
Sit down, says Nugget.
Yeah. Bosh.
Leipzig having a very good start to the second half. Nugget saying Franz would be happy with that, but Franz never really a happy man.
I think anybody would be happy with that. He's absolutely clattered the number 4 there, and then ran 20 meters to score the try. Things that Gavin could only dream of doing.
Yeah, I nearly scored a try there in my last game from an intercept, but I tried to step and I fell over about 5 meters from the front line. So, wide line fever, as they say.
Yeah, conversion was not successful on that occasion. Surprising.
But
as
that
it
makes
was,
the
so
score
close.
38-0, I think. St. Pauli looking
38.
a bit tired at the start of this half.
Yeah, they're slow to get back to the mark and get the game restarted. Sign of fatigue kicking in already.
Fatigue is right. Leipzig with some very fit players on. Vincent, Bob Bell. Leipzig going wide. Cranwell carries up, but he's hit hard. No, that's not Cranwell. Who's that? It's Jan. But a penalty to Leipzig, and they're going to go down the touchline again. Looking to rack up a big score in this game. Keep the crowd happy. Creel. Did he? Oh, Dion Creel finds inch perfect kick. Could have
That's
almost
exactly
been taken by
what
St.
you
Pauli.
need.
That's not what you want if you were simple.
Yeah.
Leipzig in a brilliant position to attack now. Can they get them all going?
Let's get it straight, lads.
Straight throw, very important, but the wind has died down in this half. Will make it line out operating easier. A line out been an area of problem for Leipzig this season, but well taken by Lars. And Vincent trying to get over, but driven back, Leipzig 1 meter out. Picking again an advantage to Leipzig. Surely the try is coming from here. Bob carries very high. I think he was too tired to get low there. But a good start to Leipzig in this half.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do off the scrum. I imagine, yeah, 8 pickup is quite likely. Maybe with the 12 running the short line and the 10 wrapping around to create the extra man, the extra space on the wing.
Let's see if any of that happens, Tom. It might just be a drop ball, but we'll hope for the best.
Yeah, it's often the case. You practice training all week, come to the game, and something completely different happens.
It's a lot easier to do these moves when there is no opposition, I will tell you that.
Oh, so far today, there hasn't really been an opposition.
Oh, shots fired against St. Pauli, Tom.
Well, of course, respect the team that you play against, but I think St. Pauli would say that about themselves as well. They'd be disappointed with
Matty
this.
Cranwell, can he go in for a second try? He's in.
And that's just too easy.
Matty really been one of the standout players in this game for Leipzig. But yes, as we were saying, St. Pauli struggling for players, and I believe had a big fallout of players in the last few years when they came up from the Zweite Bundesliga a few years ago. Definitely were a strong side, had a very strong pack, but unfortunately have lost a few of those players. Not easy to maintain a squad at this level when they're
Yeah.
not professional players.
It's a lot of travelling as well.
Yes, absolutely.
From Hamburg to Leipzig.
Unlike in other countries, we don't have many local teams nearby, so 4 hours on the train or so to Leipzig.
Yeah,
Sometimes you can go further if you go to Heidelberg.
If you're on the bus, 5 hours to Hamburg.
Yeah.
We've had to take that trip many a time.
Yeah.
Conversion is successful.
That makes the score 45
45.
nil. Can St. Pauli get on the board? They're looking a bit tired and beaten down at this point, but I'm sure they won't give up. Poor
it's an-
kickoff again.
Yeah,
Nearly
another
dropped by
short
Franz
one.
Beck, who finds Jan on a hard line. And advantage Leipzig. Bob Bell carries it up. Big contact. Dion Creel goes to the air. And taken by St. Pauli, but goes back for the penalty to Leipzig.
How's the recovery going, Gavin?
The recovery is going okay, but probably could be going better. I'm going through physiotherapy at the moment, and I did it the last time, but it
Psychotherapy
didn't
as well.
work. Psychotherapy, some would say I need it too.
How are both of those going for you? Slow to get back to action?
Slow, yeah, with the knee, it takes a while. Feeling better, but I only started physiotherapy this week thanks to the slow system of German healthcare.
When did you start psychotherapy?
Psychotherapy yet to be started, but some would say I should have started a long time ago.
Yeah, for you guys watching at home, I mean, obviously it's a blessing to have Gavin as a commentator, but it's also a bit of a curse for us not having him available on the starting lineup.
Some would say that is also a blessing, Tom, but thank you.
I was trying to be nice for once, Gavin.
Yeah. More powerful than our current number 6, Lars Vochatz, but not as good, not as tall or as good hands.
Yeah, as you mentioned about the lineouts, we have missed his presence. Today it's been very, well, he's shown what he's capable of. He's taken everything in the air there.
Yes, absolutely. It's very easy when you're about 16 kilos to fly up into the air like that. 16 kilos and 7 feet tall. Perfect combination for lineouts.
Especially in this wind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wind takes him up mostly,
Yeah. Gravity doesn't
The
affect
jersey is very loose, so it acts as a sail.
Spinnaker.
Interview.
You want to be on television?
He's not from Poland. He's French. Once again, a scrum to St. Pauli. Sorry, we got distracted there from some of the people on the sideline. Oh, but a big scrum, and St. Pauli carry. A good chop, but a knock on. And
He's
scrappy
well
ball.
chop tackled there by the number 9. Creel.
Yes. Leo Richter, would you like to come here and say hello to your brother Alex, who's watching at home? Yes? Okay, we have a quick hello for Alex Richter here.
Hallo Alex, wir sehen uns nächsten Mittwoch. Spiel schön Rugby in Wien. Ich habe gehört, dass es nicht so tough sein, sagt Nugget.
How was the game? Would you like to comment on how the game was
Yes,
today?
how
for
was
you?
the Halle game?
You
Any
did
comments
score
there?
an
Auf Deutsch
excellent-
oder English?
You scored an excellent try.
Es war ein schönes Spiel, hat Spaß gemacht. Haben uns alle nichts geschenkt. Unsere Hinterreihe war einfach besser als die andere Hinterreihe und hat entsprechend mehr Versuche reingelegt. Wir sind ein bisschen traurig, dass wir kurz vor Schluss noch den Bonuspunkt weggegeben haben. Das ist jetzt für die Tabellensituation um die Playoffs jetzt nicht optimal. Aber es war wieder ein schöner Rugby-Samstag in Leipzig.
Yeah, so just saying.
Thank you very much, Leo.
The back row absolutely dominated the other back row. They're a bit disappointed that they gave up the bonus point to the other team. For the table, that could have bigger ramifications. He didn't say ramifications. I don't know what that word is in German, but that's what he meant. But he's happy he had a great day at rugby. And
Yes,
he did. He played very well.
We're currently being photographed by the paparazzis. The Ukrainian paparazzi over there. And after that quick brief interlude, we're back to the current game. It's now a scrum to St. Pauli after a forward pass from Maddie Cranwell. It's a bit of a messy scrum, but now it's going forward for St. Pauli. Surely a penalty, yes, the referee raises his arm. One of the few areas they've been able to dominate many of the scrums, but it's been 50-50 a lot of them. And lost ball.
They all tried to drive, but not stay together, and Pauli stayed together. Busted around them.
Yeah. They are known for their big pack. Scrummaging lineouts is their forte. We haven't seen too much of it today, but there we did get a taste of it. They're starting to come to life, albeit took 55 minutes.
A very strange decision. They're gone for a scrum here, Tom.
That shows they're confident with the scrummaging now.
I'm not sure if you're allowed to do that anymore.
You get a penalty, you get a scrum.
I think did they change the rule?
Do that.
They changed.
It's from a free kick.
From a free kick, yes, I'm sorry. You
penalty
can't
you
do
can.
that. My apologies. And now a big shove from Leipzig, but once again being pushed back. Loose ball. And St. Pauli go wide. Hit it up with a good carry in the centres there. Can they get a try on the board? They've certainly fought for it a lot of this game, but inaccuracy and good defense from Leipzig have stopped it so far. And again, a penalty to Leipzig. I think it was a high tackle or a neck roll by St. Pauli. How is your recovery going, Mr. Cowley?
Yeah, well, I had an operation last
I
week.
believe it was your 5th nose break.
Yeah, I've had 2 operations.
But how many times have you broken it?
Yeah, I think it's probably 5 times now.
Just the 5.
In August, I had a really bad break at training, running into Jan, our number 8. I had to go straight to hospital from the training, get it recentered. But on Tuesday, after the last game, I had problems breathing, so I had to sort that out. It's fine now.
Probably shouldn't be playing for a while.
The cast has been off for a whole day yesterday.
He
That
was
a big
looking
relief,
beautiful
and,
with his cast on, I have to
I
say.
would love to be playing today, though, Gavin, honestly.
Yes, as would I.
I'm ready to get
I've
back
only
at
gotten
it.
one
I
game
can't
in
wait.
this season and injured myself again.
But it's...
And Jean is looking through. He's surely away. They won't catch him. And Jean is into the corner. The hooker comes centre. Has scored. Very powerful player.
But it's clear to see that today they don't need us.
No, I didn't think they needed me that much before, but
No, you're probably right there.
seconds is where I'm at my most powerful position.
Yeah, but that's
A
definitely...
substitution coming on now. Franz Strunk has gone off. Another powerful man, Georg Fischer, is on. Yep. That's 50-0 to Leipzig with the conversion to come.
Gavin, can you confirm, is Georg a cousin of Helena Fischer?
Of Helena Fischer.
2 points.
I thought he was married to her.
Oh, he's married to her, okay. He's married to his cousin.
Well, yeah, you know, he is from Saxon-Anhalt.
Oh, so what are you talking about? You're from Ireland.
Not that part of Ireland. I'm not from Kerry.
Such a gangster, Gavin.
You know, Saxon-Anhalt, Saarland, you know, the similar vibes there.
Just stop, Gavin.
Anyway, back to the rugby.
Yeah, well, coming back to that on injuries, yeah, enough about me, but we do need to make sure, of course, the win is secure, but we need to make sure there's no injuries today. Got a game next week against RK Berlin.
Always a tough game.
Yeah, it is, especially away. We've lost that fixture many times just by 1 point.
I think we only won it the once.
But more importantly is the quarterfinals that we're going to find ourselves in, is that 3 weeks?
Yes, on the 14th of June. At this point, depending on how results go, likely to be an away quarterfinal to if Leipzig finish third, the second place team, which I believe will be Neuenheim, most likely.
Currently, as it stands,
Yes.
yeah.
A very tough team from the west, so, but looking forward to it.
Not that you're going to play, Gavin.
Not that I will play, probably not. I may be back in a month or two, but probably not for that game.
Let's hope not, eh?
Yeah. Hey, I played Neuenheim a couple of years ago, made a few tackles, but we still lost
Yeah, all joking
by
aside,
about 60 points.
we do need everyone, all hands on deck for that sort of game. It's gonna
Well
be-
taken by
it's gonna be a
JP
struggle.
Jimenez, a man who's really hit his stride this season. Joan De Bruyne breaks away, doing his classic running across the pitch technique, but cut down.
Yeah,
Leipzig
trying to
looking to
run it from
exit.
deep here.
Oh, but it's a turnover. A chance for St. Pauli.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't the best idea, trying to run it from deep.
No, but we never learn, do we?
Yeah.
And chip through. Oh, it's a dangerous one. Can't really see what happened there. Oh, Friedemann later is held up. Dragged into touch. Tough job for him to get out of there. A small man grabbed by two large hamburgers.
St. Paulians.
Sorry, St. Paulians. The hamburger wouldn't be politically correct.
I'm getting hungry though, now you mention it.
Yeah. Do you want a hamburger or a Frankfurter, Tom?
Ooh,
I'm sure you want some
a Leipziger. Yeah, fish and chips.
battered Sav.
Leipziger isn't as nice. It's made up of rations from the communist days.
What they're going for here, Gavin? Looks like a... Is it a
It's
line
a line-out.
Yeah, it's a line-out.
Will the referee get the rules wrong again this time?
Yeah, we'll see
Have
if they
to
can
see if they throw it crooked. No, it's fine there. They break through, but advantage to St. Pauli. A real chance for them to get points on the board. A hard line from the big number 24. Scrappy ball. Another big carry.
That's a great line he's ran. Stopped just short of the line, I think.
Yeah. There's space on the outside if they can use it. And a try to St. Pauli. They finally get on the board. They'll be happy with that. We have no idea what the number was. A bit of my eyesight doesn't stretch that far, but no idea. Just guess. I didn't even see the ball going down.
Comments. Bald guy. The normal. Go there.
They have a few bold guys, in fairness. And the conversion from St. Pauli goes wide. It remains 52-5 to Leipzig. St. Pauli would be happy to get another try or two on the board, but so far been ineffective until now. A few substitutions coming on for St. Pauli, number 15 going off. Replaced by someone else whose number I can't see until he turns around. Turn around! Number 20. Oh, Lars Vokats. Oh, good carry from Lars. Now Leipzig immediately with the chance again. Bob nearly playing scrum half, but panicked. Gave it to Samir. Johannes Schreiber carries up, but an advantage again to Leipzig. Bob with the carry. That's power. Georg Fischer smashed back. His wife Helena watching from home. Anyway, it's a penalty to Leipzig. They go back. What will Leipzig do? Leipzig doing an interesting move here. Tapped. And Brunlander carries it up. Franz Beck, can he bounce off another man and go straight through? Here's Georg, carries up. Good go forward momentum.
No, I can see a lot of balls.
Dion looking to go wide. No, he hits it up with Franz Beck once again. He's surely in for the try. And a try again. Franz Beck scores a second.
Right under the sticks. He made it through. He made it through the board, St. Pauli's.
Yeah.
The wall of them. So it now makes it 57-5 with a kick to
An
come.
easy conversion to come.
We see young Samu with the kicking tea and water bottle.
Future scrum half, we all believe, of Leipzig. Made his, was it his debut today for the Leipzig seconds?
No,
For Halle?
he's already played.
Well,
But he
promising talent.
Yeah.
We don't produce too many of them in Leipzig. Franz Beck and Lars Vokats, the only real locals playing today.
Strunke as well.
Strunke is from Leipzig too.
2 points count. 59-5. Substitution.
Substitutions getting ready. Mahmoud Al-Rabdawi getting ready to come on.
It looks like Caesar's coming on.
Yeah.
No, wait, I mean Daniel.
Mahmoud comes on, man who's been the Syrian who's been here a long time. Will he be coming on at hooker, his unusual position? And Daniel Guerrero is back after a horrific leg break last season. Sorry, the first game of the season. It's his second game back. The former Colombian under-20s international. Always good to have him back. High ball, well taken by Georg.
Now, I believe he had an everlasting Christmas as well, didn't he?
Daniel had a big Christmas, yeah, and a New Year. And another man back on is Felix Zoller, who's been away for the last few months in Zurich, I believe. Good to have him back too. I think Dustin JP went off.
JP's off.
I don't know. Not sure. Samir's on. I think Dustin's gone. Oh, St. Pauli, chip it through. Oh, nearly got it, but missed. Oof, but knocked on from Friedemann. And then smashed hard in the back to boot.
JP's on, Jowney's on the wing.
Mornay's off.
Mornay was off a long time ago for Bob, wasn't he?
Yeah, true.
So Daniel came on for a back.
I think Daniel came on for.
No, wait. JP's off. And is Jan off?
Daniel came on for JP, and I think
Did Mahmoud go on for
Jean
Jan?
is on the wing or something? Yeah, Jean is on the wing.
Yeah, Mahmoud's gone on for Jan, and Franz Beck is at 8 now.
Ah.
Jean is on the wing, JP has gone off, and Daniel's in the centre.
Team mixing up a bit now. St. Pauli with the chance to attack once again. Oh, missed tackle from Samir. Daniel chasing him down and a knock on.
Advantage Leipzig.
Can they exit or will they try and go wide?
Have you got it, Tommy?
Another carry from Bob Bell.
Winger off. Centre goes to wing, and
Dion
Daniel
Creel.
goes in the
Oh,
centre.
Dion tries to go on his own, but he needs support. Is he okay?
Number
Looked like
8
he took a
goes
knock
off.
there. One hopes he's okay. No, he's up. He's all right.
For Mahmoud for
And a penalty to Leipzig.
No, Mahmoud for Jan.
yeah, Mahmoud's playing the back.
No, he's not. He's playing in the forwards.
He's just standing.
Jan's gone off. Mahmoud's in the front row, or on this Franz Beck has moved to the number 8, and Mahmoud's either playing flanker or front row. And Jan has moved to the wing from the centre. JP's come off, and Daniel's gone in the centre.
Jean, also known as Jaun by Christo and some others.
I call him Jowney.
Or Juan and Andre.
No, there's only 2.
No,
Then we're up to date, we're up to
there's
date.
more than that because Felix came on.
Yeah, Felix on for Jan. JP and Matt.
It's Vincent. Vincent's gone. Must have been Vincent.
Oh yeah, Felix and Vincent. Yeah.
Vincent
No, Vincent is
not
still out
lasted
there.
the full 80.
Isn't that Vincent in the pink as well?
Oh no, sorry, Vincent is there. Who's gone off then?
We're playing with too many people.
No one is paying us. That's why we're below
Clearly
standard
you are.
commentators.
And we need a pay rise, man. I've been meaning to talk to you about this.
Yeah,
Look at our office. We have ants in our office.
yeah. We need a pay rise because only one of us has a seat.
We have no seats.
Yeah, we're just missing one. Dan, Mahmoud, and Felix came on. I have 2 that have gone off. I can't see who else went off.
Who's in
Dustin?
Strunky went off for Gio.
Yeah, that was ages ago. Dustin.
Dustin went off. I think Mahmoud's gone in.
Dustin's off. You can see him talking to Jeff.
And
Yeah.
won by Leipzig, scrappy ball. Ooh, but a big tackle on Johannes.
From
Fair play to him.
from one of the
Good tackle.
bald guys. That's right, dog. Well, a little
To
chip
try a
over.
crossfield kick. Not the best. Daniel getting into contact. Definitely missed
Kind
it
of
over the
fell
last
on the guy there, didn't he?
8 or 9 months. Bit of a strange kick there from St. Pauli. Andre Fenter's going to have a run. Use his pace. He finds Jean on the wing. This is going to be tough to take him down. Nice offload to Friedemann. Who pops it in. Oh, dropped by Andre Fenter. Nearly
He's
away
dropped it
there.
on his toe, man. Whoa.
Good attack. Friedemann
That's a bit
struggling
hard.
there. He got a knock in the gentleman area.
Front rower down. Hannes is down.
Friedemann holding on to his ghoulies. Ha- no idea. People are
What time is it?
Who's commenting in?
What time is it?
People commenting from all over the world.
Tommy, what time is it?
It is 4:23.
4:23. So the first half was at 15 to 15:40, plus 10 minutes for half time.
10 minutes left.
If anyone has a question, you can send in your questions and answers for me and Tom about rugby or any of our other interests, history, FIFA for Tom.
You can see our physio there is called
Please
Ryan
send it in
Man.
and we'll do our best to answer it. Johannes is back on his feet.
You can join Gavin weekly on his podcast, Gavin Gossips.
Yes.
He releases that to Spotify, I believe.
No, Spotify rejected me. I would call it a bit of a racist incident, but we won't get into it with Spotify.
That's a story for another day, I think.
Yes.
I'm back now. And
Back to the rugby.
I'm doing the live ticker as well at the same time. If you wondered where I was or why I've not been active,
Tom,
probably not that you were, but
Samir in a state of confusion under that high ball, a bit like Tom has been for much of this game.
well, some of us
dealing
have
with
to
the live
work,
ticker
Gavin.
on
We can't
Jeffrey's
just sit here and
iPad.
talk nonsense all game. Got
And
do
a
the live
penalty to
ticker at the
St.
same time.
Pauli. We've been putting Leipzig under a lot of pressure lately.
Pressure? What pressure? Pressure's the tyres.
Unfortunately, we have no questions yet from the chat. David Lonergan says Han St. Pauli. He sounds like he's Irish. Fair play to him.
Some good signalling there from the touch judge.
The touch judge is both from Leipzig. Bit suspicious, but we'll leave it off. And another chance for St. Pauli to get on the board. Oh, taken by Mahmoud. The pacey Matt. Oh, he's doing the cross-pitch run. What happened there, Mahmoud? It's good to see him back to his old tricks.
Yeah, it made a lot of meters sideways there.
Yeah, we made some diagonal meterage, but anyone who knows anything about rugby knows that's not really what you want.
Yeah, it's about going
Andre
forward.
Fenter now trying a bit of the same, but he finds a nice cross ball with Lars. Lars, with a lovely
what
offload,
an
finds
offload.
Friedemann. Leipzig really playing some nice rugby now as the space opens up. A good ball by Friedemann to Jean, the huge winger, who went out the outside. Not happy from Daniel Guerrero. But some nice passing there as the space opened up for Leipzig.
Johnny, you look tired, bro.
Interesting side note, Bob Bell is looking very tanned for an Englishman.
Well, he did have a period in Thailand just recently.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Do you think he's been... I think he's been visiting some sunbeds, Tom. What do you think?
We'll have to ask him about that after the game.
Yes, we'll have to do an interview.
We'll keep you guys up to date if you can.
I'd say he's been on a trip to Benidorm or somewhere, causing havoc.
Benidorm? English guy going to Benidorm?
What? I know.
Unheard of.
I drove through there.
Is there a substitute coming on for someone?
Yeah, fortunately we don't have the weather they have today.
Oh, here comes Cristo
It's
Santander
Perfect.
coming on for Lars Vochatz. Cristo, a man with great longevity, the Venezuelan boy. A big standing ovation for the local boy Lars Vochatz after what is a very good performance. But good to see Cristo back on the pitch. St. Pauli goes short at the line out. Good pop ball there. And a hand off the boot. Felix Suller, yeah, he was nowhere near on his feet there, I think. And a penalty, but a quick tap. Can St. Pauli capitalise this? It's gone straight into touch. But
This
what
could be
looks like
trouble.
a bad injury there to St. Pauli number 9, unfortunately.
The ref just checking the number on the back of one of the Leipzig players. Hopefully that doesn't lead to a yellow card. I didn't quite see that. I was watching the play unfold. They unfortunately didn't, well, fortunately
didn't
for
see
us,
anything.
didn't capitalise on the wing.
I was distracted by the tan and Bob Bell.
Yeah, now that you mention it, he's looking, yeah.
Suspicious.
The only way is Essex.
Yeah.
So,
I think he had an audition for Geordie Shore earlier on in the week, but he didn't make it.
yeah, Essex
Because
is
he's
way
about
more
10 years too late.
his part of a, well, he's from Ipswich. It's not
He's
Essex.
not even from Ipswich. Felix, though.
Yeah.
Did you see Benno running there for nothing?
The only way is Felix, though. I'd
The
like
only
to
way-
see that.
No, yeah. That'll be on at about 11:30 at night on Channel 5. For anyone who understands that reference. A yellow card for Daniel. He will not be
Well,
happy with that. I don't know
that's
what
gonna
happened,
be
but
a D of the day.
a D of the day.
Yeah. If you have any young viewers, I'm not going to say that word,
Yeah.
but
Running back on the field, you forgot something? This guy to the wrong side.
Yeah, and
we
you just
we
take a
actually
timeout.
got a few comments on the live feed.
all right.
Like Peter Lecomte, a former player, said Peter Drury level commenting, whoever Peter Drury is.
He's a famous
And
football
Cindy
commentator.
Corbett says hello from South Africa, loving
it's a
your
big
comments.
You can see Daniel sitting in the naughty boy chair.
Daniel is in the naughty boy chair. Any other comments? We only have a few minutes left. Send them in. Hello from Cambridge, from Silver Swifters, Tom. Do you know who that is?
Silver Swifters.
Do you know
yeah.
who that is?
I think it might be my parents,
Yeah.
potentially. Thank you for tuning in.
If this is Mr. and Mrs. Cowley, thank you for tuning in.
Oh, data protection here, Gavin.
Data protection, Datenschutz, oh mein Gott in Himmel.
Gavin Rea.
Hey, get my name right.
Gavin
Ray.
Gavin Gay? Gavin Ray. Gavin Ray.
Yeah. Tom Crowley. No relation to Jack. There's a St. Pauli coming with the attack. Player needs treatment on the touchline. Maybe he's just tired, I don't know.
He looks more than tired to me.
A lovely comment from Alex Richter. Gavin, how did you get so smart? and
Breakaway
handsome?
here. Mahmoud's got the ball. He's
Oh,
decided to chip and go.
Sorry, I got distracted by the comments
That's okay,
there.
Gavin.
Franz coming in to smash him. Oh, yes.
He's been collected.
But a penalty to St. Pauli. Is this going to be another card? A bit of a few handbags thrown there for St. Pauli in Leipzig, but some say you shouldn't have it, but I don't mind it. Anyway, the most important question from the chat. Gavin, how did you get so smart and handsome? From Alex Richter. Just God-given beauty, Alex.
Yeah, he's the only person asking that sort of question.
Yeah, we all know why he's asking. No further comments.
There's a reason Gavin is the host commentator. He's got a face for radio.
I got a face for radio and a voice for the gods.
A body of Baywatch.
Yeah, Baywatch, Southwest Ireland, not Baywatch America, unfortunately. Silver Swifters loving the banter.
Yeah, unfortunately, our program is only 80 minutes today.
Yeah,
We'd love to be with you a bit more.
if anyone wants to pay us, we will do almost anything.
Gavin's OnlyFans will be linked.
And And number 7 has an only Franz. Bob with the carry. That was majestic. We've lost track of the rugby a bit. There's a few injuries going on.
Yeah, the player is still down from St. Pauli.
St. Pauli's still down. The referee, I don't
It's
even
not
know if
looking
he sees
good.
him.
I don't think they've got anyone to bring in for him. I think that's more of the issue.
He's not part of the. There's no stoppage because he's not part of the action.
Yes, but for a serious enough injury, there should be normally.
Just getting a nice
stoppage.
little massage.
Anyway, another comment from Alex Richter. Don't be jealous, Tommy. You'll get there after 7th nose surgery.
It's only the 5th.
It's only the 5th, but there's a few more left. Tom averages a nose surgery every 6 months or so.
Like most models do.
Yeah, and Michael Jackson.
What do you want, Tom?
Toy trains.
That's why he's called Tom, for Thomas the Tank Engine. And a knock on from Leipzig at the line out. Surely only a few minutes left now. Scrum to St. Pauli. A game that has kind of fallen apart the last few minutes. A bit scrappy. There's still an injury on the sideline. Surely the referee should be stopping the play.
He's not part of the scrum.
Not like us to criticize the referee, but
He's not part of the action. He's not part of the scrum. He's not a danger. So
yeah, we'll have to see now. I hope he's okay.
Yeah. He's getting a massage.
Daniel Guerrero sitting on his own. Colombian looking like Pablo Escobar, if anyone knows that meme.
I asked him.
Tom Cowley going down now to the bench to have a discussion with the yellow-carded player Daniel Guerrero.
Well,
We'll
next
see if
to
you can hear it,
Daniel,
but
I'm not
that
sure
was
if
a
you're,
forward pass.
receiving me
The
here.
referee says
He's got a
play
yellow
on,
card.
but-
Maybe we can hear his comments on what happened.
And that's full time.
It looks like it was a late tackle, but I don't know. It was just too fast. It happened all too fast. So I don't know. But luckily we won, and we didn't get a try while I was away, so it's okay.
Thank you, Daniel, for tuning in. I don't know if anyone heard that, but that makes it full time on a good result for Leipzig. The final score, 59-5 to Leipzig. Bonus point win. We would like to thank you all for coming and tuning in, and enjoy the rest of the day, enjoy the rest of the weekend, enjoy the lovely weather.
Yeah, thank you.
I've been
from me as
Gavin
well.
Ray,
And I've been Tom Cowley. Thank you for listening.
I'm Nugget.
and that's it.